All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to A Balanced Life with Fit Nikki. My name is Nikki, and we'll get started in a couple minutes. Um, just playing around. Format is a little bit different today, but we'll get started in about a minute or so. Welcome to Strength and Flow. Just going to play around with this angle a bit. I do have a suggested playlist I posted on the stories. And my Spotify is Fit Nikki, FITNIKKI, and then the number two. And on there, I do have a class that says, I think it says Strength and Flow in the day's date, and that's the suggested playlist for today. I'm not really sure what is going on with my screen here. Hopefully, you guys can see me and everything looks okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's see here. I'm not sure why it is flashing around like that. Hopefully everyone can see me and the video keeps going in and out for me, so I'm not sure about you guys. I'm gonna wait another minute or so, see if I can see what's going on here. This is a lot different than it was when I tried it out the other day. So looks like Facebook is changing things up a bit here and there. But we'll go ahead and get started since it is about 7:01. So welcome to A Balanced Life with Fit Nikki. My name is Nikki. Today's class is Strength and Flow. And with this class, some people say it's similar to a power yoga class. I put some body weight and some strengthening movements into the flow. It does have more difficulty than like a slow floor and all levels flow. Please take any modifications you need. Take a break when you need it. Take a drink. Take a rest whenever you need it. Um, the whole point of having these classes are to have um, a class for you, for your mind, for your body, for flexibility, strength, mobility. But listen to your body, do what you need to do, take your time, um, and I hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to message me after class. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. This is my first time going live on my page, so a little bit different than I normally do. And we're going to get started today in a nice tall seat. So sit up nice and tall. Knees can be bent, legs can be long, whatever is comfortable for you. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Just take some nice deep breaths. Good. Start to breathe here. Focus on your breath. As you inhale, breathe in through your nose. Exhale, let it all out. Inhale, breathe it in. Exhale, let it out. We've got 2 more rounds of breath here, starting to bring your focus inward to your breath, letting everything go. On your next inhale, roll forward or swing your legs around, coming into tabletop position. Bring your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spine is long. Take a breath here. Press down into your knuckles, your knees, and the tops of your feet. Lengthen out through the spine. On your next inhale, let your belly drop, head and hips rise for cow. Exhale, press down into the mat. Arch your back up towards the sky. Continue with your breath here. So if you'd like to take extra moves, if you like to sink your hips back, if you like to sway them side to side, barrel rolls, whatever feels good in your body here, just start to connect your breath with the movement of your body, creating one flowing movement. This is one of my favorite flows from cat to cow. Um, Anytime, especially if you've been sitting at a desk that isn't super comfortable, if you're working from home or a location that's different, or if you're maybe not working and you're spending a little more time, sitting on the couch or something like that. Maybe your lower back's been bothering you a bit. And just some nice cat cows are always good. We're going to take one more round of breath. And then find your way into that tabletop position. Press down into your left hand and your right leg. Reach your right arm and left leg out. And then come back into tabletop. And do that a few times, switching sides, left arm, right leg, and bring it back in. Inhale to lengthen everything out. Exhale back to tabletop. Good, a few more just like that. And then find your way back into tabletop. Lengthen out through the spine. Press down into your left hand, right finger sweep up and up. Slide your arm underneath, threading the needle, and you can come down to your shoulder, the side of your head. Maybe your hips sink back. Your left hand can stay where it's at. It can reach forward. It can wrap around your back. It's whatever feels good here. Just take a couple breaths. One more round of breath. Bring your left hand under your shoulder. Press yourself up. Sweep the right arm out. Come back into tabletop and switch sides. Press into the right hand. Sweep the left arm out. Slide that arm underneath. Finding that nice, comfortable position on this side. Take a few breaths here. Again, just warming up the spine. So we have some fun flows. I know anytime teacher says, "Oh, I got something fun in store for you," everyone's like, "Ugh," but again, take it at your own pace. Um, Take a rest if you need to, take modification if you need it. It's whatever your body needs today. I'm just here to guide you through on this wonderful, hopefully beautiful Friday. And then bring your right hand under sweep your right arm out, bring it under your shoulder, come into that tabletop position. From here, you're going to come down onto your elbows, bring them right under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and we're just going to float the knees a few times here. So press down into the elbows and your knuckles. Float your knees just a little bit and then let them come down. You can either bring them all the way down or let them hover for more of a challenge. And then float the knees up and bring them down. And here's JJ. Lift him up and bring him down. And we're going to do that a few more times. So sometimes JJ comes in when we're doing some videos. I have tried to keep him out, but he has found ways to um, jump gates and open doors and everything else. So he's a little cat Houdini. He usually doesn't stick around very long. Okay, now this time you're gonna tuck the toes, float the knees, and lift them almost all the way up. Press your hips back, coming into dolphin pose. And you can keep your knees soft here if that feels good. Let your neck relax, let your jaw relax, let your shoulder blades slide up your back. Take one breath here. And then as you exhale, let your knees come back down. Come back to tabletop, bringing the wrists under the shoulders. Press into the knuckles. We're going to do something similar. Tuck your toes, float your knees, and bring them back down. And again, you can bring them all the way down, float them up, or you can let them hover for more of a challenge. We're going to do that a few times. Float and bring them down. They don't have to come very high. And bring them down. You're going to go one more time. Float those knees and bring them down. And then this time you're going to come up to down dog. So lift the knees, press the hips up and back. And again, you can keep some softness to your knees here. Maybe pedal it out, move the hips side to side. Let your neck and jaw relax here. Maybe shake it out a bit. And take a couple breaths. One more breath here. On your next inhale, glance up towards your fingers. Exhale, step your feet forward a little wider than your hips. Let your head hang heavy. You can grab opposite elbows or let your hands hang down. So you want to try and get your chest as close as you can to your thighs. And maybe think of looking back through your legs. Let your head be nice and heavy. So it kind of pulls down on your spine, and just imagine it lengthening everything out, creating space between each vertebra. Then gently root down into all four corners of your feet and roll up nice and slow. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Shrug the shoulders back a few times here. And then we're going to get set up and start moving a little bit more. So bring the heels under the hips, shoulders shrug back, maybe pulling these lower abs to bring your tailbone in line with your spine. Chin is lifted. Take a breath in through your nose. Fill your belly up. Big exhale to let it out. Inhale to reach up for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Come to a flat back. Fingers to shins, thighs, or blocks. And fold. Two more like that. Halfway lift. Lengthen up through the spine. And fold. One more time. Nice long spine. And fold. On your next inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, soften the knees to fold forward. One time, lift halfway, nice flat back, and fold. Plant your hands, step back to your plank, and that's toes or knees. We have 5 breaths here. I know you guys love the planks, especially early in the morning, right? So if your knees are lifted, lift through the back of your knees and your heels, lengthen through the spine, gaze is down just past the tips of your fingers to your mat. Press into your knuckles. If your knees are down, same thing except not lifting through the back of the knees. Lengthen through the spine. One more big breath wherever you're at. And then press back to down dog. On your inhale, come back into plank. Exhale to down dog. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale to plank. Exhale to down dog. One more time, bring it into plank. And back to down dog. Then lift your right leg. Take a moment, dial your hips and your tailbone down. Bring your knee into your chest. Curl your back into that cat pose. And then lengthen your leg back out again. And one more time, bring your knee into your nose. Step your foot forward. Rise up into a lunge. So you want to relax your shoulders. Imagine your shoulder blades sliding down your back. Fingertips rise. Your knee is in line with your toe. Pull back a little bit on that right hip. Fingers reach for the sky. Take a couple breaths here. Relax your toe or your shoulders. Relax your neck and your jaw. And then as you inhale, you're going to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, sweep your fingers down and back, lengthening through the spine. Again, reaching with the fingers, root into your right foot to rise up. Let's do that one more time. Sweep the fingers down and back. Root down into that right foot to rise up. Good. Turn in your left heel. Open up warrior two. So you're going to peek down. Make sure you can see your right big toe. Maybe pull back a little on your left hip. Root down into the outer edge of your left foot. All 10 fingers are nice and strong. Gaze is over your right fingertips. As you exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Slide your shoulder blades down. Inhale, reach for the sky. Lengthen the right leg. Exhale, back into warrior two. Maybe take it a little deeper. Inhale to pause here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to your plank, toes or knees, and pause here. Add a push-up if you would like. And then press back to down dog. Right leg lifts to the or left leg lifts to the sky. Bring your knee into your nose one time, curling your back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and then step it forward. Rise up into your lunge. Find that position here. So we're going to be here a few times today. I like to just get set up with our basic positions. Relax the shoulders, reach with the fingers. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, sweep the fingers down and back. Fingers, crown of your head, reach. Root down into that left foot to rise. Let's go one more time. Sweep those fingers down and back. Root down into that foot to rise. Turning your back heel, open up warrior two. Make sure you can see your left big toe. Maybe pull back on your hips, shoulders shrug back. Fingers are strong. Gaze is over your left finger. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine. Reach for the sky. Exhale, back to warrior two. Pause here for an inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to your plank. Take a breath here, maybe add a push-up. Press back to down dog. We're going to add a little more movement there. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring that foot forward, rise up into your lunge. As you exhale, sweep the fingers down and back. Pause here. Bend your elbows. Bring your hands towards your shoulders. Maybe pretend like you're holding some weights and straighten them out. We can do that a few times. So nice little bicep curl. Bend and reach. So you can make as much resistance as you want here. Pretend like you're pushing against like a strong current. And back. And one more time. Bring it in and bring it back. Root down into that right foot to rise up. Turn in your back heel, open up warrior two. So from here, you're going to put a little bend, a little curve to your elbows. And as you lengthen the right leg, bring your knuckles towards each other like you're giving a big hug. Open up, bend that right knee. We're going to do that a few times. Bring it in and open it up. And again, put some resistance like you're pulling. Maybe you have bands with your hands and then you're trying not to go back too fast. So bring it in. Up. Let's go one more time here. Bring it in and open it up. And then reach your arms out. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Pause in your plank, toes or knees. Maybe add that push-up. Press back to down dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Knee to nose. Inhale to lengthen. Knee to nose, step that foot forward, rise up into your lunge. Sweep the fingers down and back, pause here. You can always lower your back knee if you'd like a little support here. Bend your elbows. Fists come to your shoulders, lengthen them out. Like you're pulling on some bands. And then you're gently releasing. Couple more here. And reach it back. And one more time. Bend those elbows and reach it back. Rise up, rooting down into the left foot. Turning your right heel. Open up warrior two. Put that little curve to your elbows. Straighten the left leg. Give that nice big hug. Open up and pull it in. Good. As you open up, squeeze the shoulder blades together and bring it in. Let's go one more time. Open it up and bring it in. Open it up. Lengthen the arms out. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to your plank, toes or knees. Option for a push-up. Press it back to down dog. We're going to pulse a little bit more there. Inhale, right leg lifts. Knee to nose. Good, two more. Inhale to reach it out. Knee to nose. One more time. And knee to nose. Step that foot forward, rise into your lunge. Sweep your fingers down and back and pause here. Always a nice option to lower that left knee. Keep lengthening through the spine as you bring those fists towards your shoulders. Lengthen out the arms. Bring it in and straighten out. And bring it in and straighten out. Good, a few more here. And straighten out. Root down into that right foot to rise up in your lunge. Turn in your left heel, warrior two. Take that little curve to your elbows, straighten up, give a hug, and open up. We have a few of these here, so you don't want your wrist and your fists to be the same level as your shoulders. You want them a little bit lower than your shoulders so they're even with your sternum right here. Open, give that nice hug. Let's go one more time. Open it up. Give that hug. Open your up. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to plank. Add a push-up. Press down dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Knee to nose. Two more times. Reach that leg out. And knee to nose. One more time. Reach out. Knee to nose. Step that foot in. Rise up into your lunge. Sweep the hips down and back. Pause here. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head as you curl it in. And then straighten those arms out. Good. Really imagine some resistance here. Couple more. Make sure your gaze stays past the tips of your toes so your spine and your neck stay long. It's very easy to look up. You want to see what's going on. Try and keep the spine long. Let's go one more time. Curl it in and straighten it out. Root down into that left foot to rise up. Turning your back heel, open up, warrior. Root down into that back leg. Little curve to the elbows. Lengthen the left leg. Give that big hug. Open up. Give that hug. Remember, your fists are a little bit lower than your shoulders, so they're even with your sternum. And let's go one more time. Of course, we're still rooting it down into the outer edge of that right foot. Open it up. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to your plank and push up if you'd like. Press back to down dog. Good, let's go one more time. Right leg lifts to the sky. Knee to nose. And reach it out. Good, two more here. Knee to nose. And lengthen it out. One more time, knee to nose. Step that foot forward, rise up into your lunge. Sweep the fingers down and back. Pause here. We have that bicep curl. We're going to do 5. Bring it in. Straighten it out. Bring it in, straighten it out. Good, we've got 3 more. Keep lengthening through the spine. Lower the left knee if you need extra support today. You're almost there. You've got 1 more here. In, straighten it out, root down into that right leg to rise up. Turn in the left heel, warrior 2. Make that little curve with your arms, open up. Give that little hug as you bend the right knee. And open up. And give a hug. Good, you got 3 more here. 3. Still root down into the outer edge of that left foot. Keep lengthening through the spine. We're going to give 1 more big hug. Open up. Bend that knee. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to your plank. Add a push-up if you'd like. Press back to down dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Knee to nose. Inhale to lengthen. 2 more here. Knee to nose. Curl in that back. And lengthen. Knee to nose. Step that foot forward. Rise up. Sweep the fingers down and back. Pause here. 5 times you're going to do those bicep curls. Bring it in and straighten it out. Curl it in and press it back. Good. Keep pulling your belly button into your spine, engaging your core spine long. We're going to go 2 more here. Nice, curl it in. Really press back nice and slow. 1 more time, curl it in. Press it back. Root down into that left foot to rise up. Open up into your warrior 2. Root down into the left foot as you make that little curve. Lengthen the left leg. Take a hug. Open it up. Bring it in. Open it up. Let's do 3 more here. Open up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Nice big hug. And in. Open the arms out. Cartwheel your hands down. Frame your foot. Step back to plank. Take a push-up if you'd like. Press back to down dog. Take a breath here. We're going to switch it up a little bit. So we're going to start out with a bit of a flow. That was a request from one of my students, from Jessie. It's going to move into a balanced flow. So inhale, lift the right leg. I'll take it this way for you. Bend your knee up your hip, but you want to keep your shoulders and your hips square, so it's really easy. You're going to take that hip up, but you want to keep it level. And then you're going to bring your knee towards your left elbow, maybe coming to the inside of your right foot, or to your right, to come back into that 3-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow, maybe inside of your left foot. And let's do that 1 more time. 3-legged dog. Bring that knee to your elbow. You can stay here. Shift your weight into the right hand. Left arm lifts up. Right leg comes out. You can have the outer edge of your foot here. You can lift it up for more of a challenge. We're going to take 2 breaths where you're at. 1 more breath. Then bring the left hand down. Bend the right knee, sweep it through. Come back into your down dog, your 3 legs. Let your right foot float back behind you, flipping your dog. So right foot to the mat, left leg stays long. Reach the right arm up and back, lifting your chest and your hips. Come back into 3-legged dog. Bring your knee into your chest. Step your foot forward. Shift all your weight into that right leg. Rise up, float your left knee. So we're in crane pose. Excuse me. Always good to have a block handy. You can set your foot on that block, and it'll be there for woman to warrior 3. So maybe push down on your hip, shoulder shrug back, root into all corners of that right foot. You're going to hinge forward. Keep your spine long. Push the sole of your left foot back. Soften the right knee. You can stay here, warrior three. Arms can come, maybe they come down to your block. Rise back up into your crane. From here, you're going to straighten that left leg. Maybe take a twist. Your twist is going to come your waist. So your hips stay center. Left arm can reach back. Maybe your gaze follows. And then come back into that crane pose. Bring it back into warrior three. Rise up into crane. Straighten the left leg, maybe add a twist. Back into crane. Let's go one more time. Bring it back to warrior three. Rise up into crane. In the left leg, maybe add a twist. Come on back. Set that foot down. Take a inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift and lower. Step back to your plank. Maybe add a push-up. Press back to down dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. And then bring that knee across to your right elbow. Your right elbow, maybe outside of your left foot. Your left elbow. Your right elbow, my left. And then bring it up. Three-legged dog. Let's do that two more times. Knee to right elbow. And straighten it out. Three-legged dog. One more time, knee to elbow. Three dog. And then this time, bring your knee to your elbow. Come to the inside of the right foot. Right hand reaches up. You can take that left leg forward, maybe float it. Whatever is comfortable for you here, you can keep it in the side plank. If that works for you, you're going to take one more breath. And then bring your right hand down. Left leg comes back into warrior or to three-legged dog. And then you're going to let that fall behind you to flip your dog. Reach up with the left hand, push up into your hips and your chest. Come back into three-legged dog, bring your knee into your chest. Shift your weight into that left leg, rise up, crane. Take a breath here, root down into all four corners, foot. Forward, warrior three. Rise back up into your crane. Straighten the right leg, maybe add a twist coming from the waist. Back into crane. Let's go one more time, warrior three. Bring it back up. Add that twist. Maybe wobble, maybe fall, happens all the time. Let's go one more time, back to crane, warrior three. Bring it back up. Straighten out the right leg, maybe add that twist. Come back to crane, set that foot down, take a moment to shake it out. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Good, so now we're going to come in, we're going to work on some chair and squats. Do a little core and back, and then we're going to finish it off with some stretches. So you're going to come in, so we'll start with chair. Toes can be touching or almost touching. Shoulders shrug back. You want your spine to be long. So just imagine keeping the spine long. Hands can be right here at your heart. Sit your hips back. You're about to sit in a chair. So this is a great place to be, to take it really deep. And then you're going to just pause here and breathe. So real easy for this tailbone to tilt back. Pull in these lower abs to bring it in line. Take 3 breaths here. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And rise up. Good, let's take it a little bit deeper and we're going to pull. So you're going to bring it back into chair. and bring it up. So each time take it a little bit deeper. Sit it back in the chair and bring it up. And then one more time, bring it back a little bit deeper and, and then bring your hands down to your heart. You're going to heel toe your feet, maybe about mat. Toes can come out slightly. We're going to come into a nice squat. So wherever your squat is, we're going to come down nice and slow. 4 breaths down, 4 breaths up. So nice breath. Weight comes towards your heels. We're halfway there. Root down into the soles of your feet to rise up slow. 4 breaths. Let's do that again. 4 breaths down. I know it feels awesome, doesn't it? I'm sure your legs feel amazing at this point. Halfway there. One more breath. Now root down into your feet. Bring it nice and slow. 4 breaths here. Keep the shoulders relaxed, jaws relaxed. One more breath. Let's go one more time. Low, bring it down. Knees stay in line with the toes. Pull those lower abs in, spine stays long. You're halfway there. Root down to your feet to rise up. Beautiful. Heel toe your feet in a bit. Take a big breath in. Exhale to fold forward. Lift halfway to that nice flat back through the spine. And fold. Plant your hands, come down to tabletop position. We're going to do a little work in bird dog, a little back work, and then we're going to cool it down. So a couple options here. You can do bird dogs like we did in the beginning. You can add a knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen and down. You can take it to a wide plank. So make sure your feet are wide to help you with your balance. Opposite arm and leg. Opposite arm and leg. Knee to elbow. Reach and bring it down. We're going to go a full minute here. And the clock is started in 2 and go. So inhale to reach out. Exhale to curl or set that hand and leg down. Feel free to start at a more difficult, more challenging position. You can always bring the knee down if you need to, but maybe give yourself a challenge, see how you're doing today. You're halfway through, you're doing the knee. Keep breathing here. Nice deep breaths. Relax your jaw and your neck. You're almost there. You've got about 15 seconds here. So maybe bring it down, bring it knee to elbow. If you're needing a little bit of a break, you're down to 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. You're going to come into a plank. We're going to do what I call Superman push-ups. So you can be toes or knees. You're going to bend your elbows, bring your all the way to the arms out. Lift up arms and maybe legs. Come back in, hands under the shoulder. Tuck the toes. It's up to your knees or your feet. So bring it all the way down, reach out, lift up. Hands come back under the shoulders, back up to your plank. Bring it down to your belly, reach out. Bring it down, arms come under the shoulders, back up to plank. Good, keep going here. Nice, we got about 30 more seconds on these. Doing fantastic. You guys are down to about 15 seconds. Keep breathing here. We have one ab exercise and then stretch it out, cool it down, and then take a nice little shavasana. 2 and 1. Fantastic job, guys. You're going to bring yourself down on grab. You can grab a block. You can grab really anything, a pillow, whatever you have here. If you have a block, that's great. Come on down to your back. Put that block between your feet. Lengthen your legs out wide. You're going to lift your arms and your legs. Grab that block from your feet. And then lower the arms and the legs, and we'll switch. Grab it with your feet. And then bring it down. If you don't have a prop, it's okay. You can just bring it up and down. For more of a challenge, don't bring the legs all the way. Let them hover. And then come back up. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. Keep going 20 more seconds. Doing fantastic here. Nice deep breaths. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Down, you can set that block to the side. Give your knees a nice little hug. Maybe rock side or draw some circles with your knees. Try and keep your lower back on the ground. That's going to feel a little bit better. You're going to rock and roll long on your spine a few times. Tailbone to shoulders. Maybe the third or fourth time, coming up into seat. Swing your legs around, come to tabletop. Take your right leg back. Then take it outside of your right hand. Maybe tuck your left toe, scoot the knee back. Grab blocks for under your hands. We're going to come into a little bit of a runner's lunge. Shoulders or elbows come under, hands or elbows come under the shoulders. Feel free if you'd like. Keep your gaze focused past your fingertips to keep the whole spine long, including the neck. Take a few nice deep breaths here. One more breath. Good. Lower your knee if it's lifted. Come up to your hands. You're going to rise up into a lunge. Grab a block if you'd like. You're going to push your left hip forward. Push your hips forward, really pressing into the front of that left hip. Take a couple breaths here. And then you keep your hips lifted as you lengthen the right leg and flex the foot, coming to half comfortable. Keep your spine long and maybe hinge a bit, keeping that spine long. Keep your foot flexed. You can soften your knee a bit if you need to. Pull back on that right hip. So this might be where you're at, or if you have that block, maybe take it forward a bit. The spine long, pull in those lower abs. Take one more big breath here. Come back into your lunge. And from here, bend your left knee and maybe reach back with your right hand. If you can reach your foot, that's awesome. If you can't, that's fine as well. Maybe try with the other hand. We're going to take a couple breaths here, stretching out hip flexor and quad. And gently release that foot. Set your block to the side, plant your hands, tabletop, and then left leg comes back and outside of your hand. Reach that, tuck the toe and reach the right knee back. Find your runner's lunge. So it may look and feel different than the other side, and that's okay. Take a few breaths here. Lengthening through the spine, relax your neck, relax your tongue. Come up to your hands, lower your knee if you need to. Rise up into that lunge. Knee is in line with toe. Push your hips forward. Here. Keeping the hips lifted, you're going to lengthen the left leg, flex the foot. Feel free to soften the knee if you need to. Pull back on that hip, and again, keep the spine long. Maybe walk yourself forward a bit. Take a couple breaths. Breathe in, fill your lungs with that breath. Feel to let everything go. One more breath. Good, and come back into that lunge. And again, bend the right knee. Lift the foot, let me reach back and grab that foot with your right hand or your left. This block is really awesome to help you here, to give you some support and some height. Take one more breath. Gently release that foot. Set the side, come back into tabletop. Then you're going to swing your legs around in front of you. Calm down to the feet. If you have a block, keep it by your side. Roll down onto your back. Take your right ankle in front of your left thigh into a figure four. Excuse me. Your right foot flexed. Knee and hips stay open. You can stay here. You can bring your legs in. Try and keep your hips and your shoulders flat on the mat. Maybe flex the left foot. Maybe lift it up. Maybe draw some circles. If you like to your calves and your shins. Take a few breaths here. If you can reach your thigh or your shin while keeping your shoulders on the mat, feel free to. One more. Release your left foot back to the mat if it's not there. Arms come out to the side. As you let your legs fall over to the right, inhale, come back up to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. One more time each side. Bring it back to center. And to the left. And come on back. Switch sides, set the right foot down. Left ankle comes in front of your right thigh. Flex your foot, open your knee and your hip. Stay here or bring the legs towards your chest. Flex while keeping both legs active. If you can comfortably reach your thigh or your shin while shoulders and your hips on the mat, feel free to. Maybe lift that leg, draw some circles to the ankle and the shin and the thigh a bit. We're going to take about 2 more breaths here. One more round of breath. Gently release your foot back to the mat if it's not there already. Arms come out to the sides. Kind of let your legs fall to the left first. Inhale up to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Over to the left. Bring it back to center. Over to the right. And come back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Try and keep your hips flat on the mat. Rock some little circles with knees again. About 2 breaths. Bring your feet back down. You're going to find your way into your final rest, your Shavasana pose. Back issues. Feel free to grab that block or a cushion, place it under your lower back, flit your shoulders, shrug them back, and settle in to find a more comfortable position. So Shavasana does not have to be legs long, arms by your side. You can have that block under there. You can take your feet wide, knees bent, them fall into each other. You can even have a seat. It's whatever is comfortable for you to end your practice. Soften your or close your eyes. Just start to relax. Focus on your breath. You may thoughts popping into your head, and that's normal. You can acknowledge them, but then let them go away. Take this little last bit of time for you to let your mind and your body rest and reset, focusing on your breath, letting else. Stay here as long as you need, friends. Joining me, have a wonderful rest of your day. Please stay healthy to yours. Peace, love, and kindness.